Dear students, today we are going to study about human brain. We know that brain is kept inside our skull. It protects it from any external injury. Inside the cranium, there is a layer of membrane and some fluid is also there to observe any external shocks. Human brain is divided into three main parts. The first is forebrain. It has cerebrum and telencephalon. The midbrain, it contains thalamus and hypothalamus. The hindbrain, it contains pons, cerebellum and medulla. Afterwards, we can see the spinal cord, right cerebellar hemisphere, cerebral aqueduct, corpus callosum, right cerebral hemisphere. Right now in this video, we will talk about the function of cerebrum. We will talk about the function of cerebellum, medulla, pons, and we will also go through the various lobes that are present inside our brain. Each lobe is associated with a specific function. You can see the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, temporal lobe, occipital lobe, and several other cortex. Let us study these parts in detail. First of all, we will study the functions of various lobes. Frontal lobe, inner monitoring of complex thoughts and actions, creative ideas, translation of perceptions and memories into plans of muscle movement, reality testing by judgment, intellectual insight, ability to abstract reasoning, decision making, expression of emotions, willpower, and personality. The parietal lobe, registration of sensory perception of touch, pain, heat, and cold, knowledge about position in space, taking in information from environment, organizing it and communicating to rest of brain. Temporal lobe, decoding and interpretation of sound, language, comprehension, smell, memory, and emotion. Occipital lobe, decoding and interpretation of visual information, shape, and color. Let us study about the differences between cerebellum and cerebrum. Cerebellum. Cerebellum is the second largest part of the brain. Cerebrum is the largest part of the brain. Cerebellum forms the part of the hindbrain. Cerebrum forms the part of the forebrain. It has two cerebellar hemispheres and the presence of a medial vermis composed of two cerebral hemispheres, each consisting of four lobes, namely temporal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital, and the frontal lobe. White matter in this region forms arbor vitae. Unlike the cerebellum, the white matter does not form arbor vitae. These were the differences between cerebellum and cerebrum. Now let us have a look at the function of pons, cerebellum and medulla. Cerebellum helps to maintain posture. It controls several voluntary actions. Medulla oblongata controls our involuntary functions like coughing, sneezing, vomiting, etc. Pons regulate the rate of breathing. And in this way, we studied the detail of how human brain functions, what are the various lobes, what are their functions. We also studied the three major parts of human brain, that is the forebrain, the midbrain, the hindbrain. The spinal cord that connects the brain with whole of the body controls reflex action. Thank you.